Loneliness expresses the pain of being alone, and solitude expresses the glory of being alone. I've been wondering lately if being alone is a negative thing. Despite my interactions at work with my colleagues, I find that I spend a considerable amount of time by myself. Whether it's working out, eating, going for a walk, traveling, I seem to have solitude as a recurring theme in my life. Now, this led me to think a bit deeper about the different attitudes towards loneliness or solitude. There are some people who love it, while others absolutely dread it. I have an Italian colleague who is such an extrovert and he hates being by himself that he nearly went crazy in lockdown during COVID. Even though he would see and interact with people online, meeting them in person was such a important thing to him. And it's the same for many others. And in a world where connectivity is easier than ever, it's not a secret that loneliness exists. But is it inherently bad or can it be beneficial? I believe it can. So let's discuss some of the reasons why choosing to be alone can be empowering. First, let's discuss the difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness includes feelings of sadness or isolation due to lack of meaningful connections. It's a personal state that can impact your mentality as well as physical health, and mostly in a negative way. It might even be considered borderline depression. Solitude, on the other hand, it's a deliberate choice to be alone. It offers a space for self reflection and growth, free from any external influence. I personally think I've been through both, and I classify the first as a negative experience, whereas the latter as a positive one. And while the first one may need external help, the latter may actually be beneficial. So now let's explore the 7 reasons why I think solitude can be empowering. Reason number 1. Self-discovery. Solitude helps with self-discovery by allowing us to delve deeper into our inner thoughts and emotions. To give an example, going back to COVID times again, my wife discovered that she really enjoys making social media content. Being alone and not having that regular interaction with the outside world may have really helped her discover her passions and her capabilities. She gained a deeper understanding of herself. It wasn't easy and it took a while, but I genuinely believe it happened because she was secluded from interactions of daily life. Reason number 2, reflection. Being alone gives us the opportunity to reflect, enabling us to evaluate our actions and habits objectively. Journaling and introspection helps us gain insight into our emotions and our behaviors, which is crucial for our personal growth. This reflection mechanism is something which I feel regularly on a daily basis. It's when I go to shower, when I go for a walk, and when I pray. These activities which I perform alone allow me to take a step back and evaluate the activities that I'm engaged in from a different perspective, mostly from a higher perspective. Reason number 3, growth. Embracing solitude is essential for our personal growth as it allows us to focus on our goals and aspirations without any distractions. It also allows for the exploration of new interests and passions, leading to a more fulfilling life. Now, don't get me wrong, you can, of course, try out a new workout or activity with a friend. It might even be easier to have that support structure in place to grow or to try new things. But I'm talking about internal growth where you perceive yourself in relation to the outside world. And I believe that can only come when you can internally reflect about where and who you are right now versus who you want to be. To understand this better, I would highly recommend you to read The Art of Being Alone by Renuka Gavrani, which would help you understand the relation between growth and solitude. Reason number 4 is resilience. I believe solitude cultivates independence and resilience by reducing dependence on external factors and reducing reliance on external validation. It allows us to navigate through life's challenges with a certain confidence and stability and builds in coping mechanisms to handle stress. You'll notice, for example, the most confident and competent people spend a lot of time being alone. Let's take athletes, for example. They spend a lot of time by themselves, practicing their craft, honing their skills, and making sure that they have an edge over others when it comes to their skill set. And they do it regardless of their personal inclination. To understand how, I would suggest you to read The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. Reason number 5 is mental health. Spending time alone can positively impact your mental health by giving you a relief from the excessive stimuli of daily life. Practices like meditation and long walks may help you reduce stress and promote internal peace. There's a reason why terms such as noise pollution exists. Noise leads to stress. My kids screaming and crying leads to tremendous stress for me. Similarly, the opposite is true. And I think everyone pretty much understands that having a calm environment contributes positively to mental health. Reason number 6 is productivity and creativity. Being alone gives you a lot of uninterrupted time to spend in deep work and reflection. This improves your productivity and creativity by eliminating all the distractions and making sure that you can focus on the tasks at hand. And this can lead to pretty meaningful accomplishments. I can give you an example of when I'm at home. I work as a business analyst. It needs a lot of critical thinking and deep work. But if my family keeps coming into my room and distracting me, my productivity and creativity absolutely takes a nosedive. Same thing when I am being creative or creating these YouTube videos. So being alone can definitely have a positive impact on productivity and creativity. And reason number 7 is relationships. Now, paradoxically, because you spend time alone, you have more time to be self-aware and reflect on your loved ones. This only enhances your relationship with your friends and your family. You begin to understand your own needs better as well as your boundaries and are able to have meaningful conversations with your loved ones. This helps build a deeper connection with others. It's basically understanding yourself better to have a better understanding of your relationship with the world that you live in. So, by embracing solitude, we start on this journey of self discovery and growth. It's not about avoiding social interaction, but about finding balance and nourishing our inner selves. So don't judge me now. I'm going to quote Taylor Swift, who once said, "The scary news is you are now on your own. But the cool news is you are now on your own." So let's embrace solitude and use it as a catalyst for both personal and spiritual growth. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.